Hello and welcome to the September 16th, 2010 video version of Invested Central's Chart of the Day. I'm Tom Boley, Invested Central's Chief Market Strategist, and it's my pleasure to provide you today's Chart of the Day. This Chart of the Day is brought to you by StockCharts.com, simply the web's best financial charts. Today we're looking at Vista Gold Corp, ticker symbol VGZ. This is a small basic materials company. They are focused on the gold side. We really like gold, have been in favor of gold for the better part of the last couple of years. When gold made the breakout above $1,000, it actually measured up to $1,350. Recently we moved up above $1,250, so I think we're still got probably another 8-9% to go just to reach the measurement. When we broke above 1,000, it actually measured to $1,350 because of an inverse head and shoulder pattern that was present. So VGZ is in a sweet spot in that it at least is part of a group that looks to have at least another 8 to 10% move to the upside, and I think probably even more than that. That's just the measurement. But taking a look specifically at VGZ, you can see that on the pullback that we had back in March, we came down to about the $1.95 level. We bounced up, put in a high about $2.55, and then when we came back down, we lost $1.95. Notice the volume picked up. So we were losing price support with heavy volume, confirming volume. Take a look on the attempts to get back through the $1.95 level. We failed on 3 different occasions before we continued trending down. We went all the way down to late July to about the 130 level. We rebounded. You can see the volume start coming in here as we broke above the 50-day moving average. The 20-day crossed above the 50-day. And then you can see we came all the way back up to the $1.95 area. This was the point that we had broken down from. So this is the key resistance area, at least in the near term. We hit that level. We pulled back for a couple days and failed, and then blasted through on very heavy volume. The heaviest volume day of the last 6 months, you can see, occurred on that move through $1.95. So we made a big volume breakout. Pulled back a little, made another move to the upside. You can see on this particular candle, once again, volume was very heavy. And then just recently, we've pulled back. Notice on the most recent high, when we were up here at the most recent high, we had a MACD that also was at a high. So on this pullback, we would expect the 20-day to hold. You can see the intraday on Wednesday, we had dropped down to about 203 intraday, with the 20-day sitting at 214. But we rallied and finished back at 220 at the end of the day, and once again on very, very heavy volume. So it looks like the stock could be poised to head back up, test the top of this area, maybe around 248 to 250. The target actually up at about 255. I'd be careful if we get up around this area, because now with the MACD pointing back down, if we do make a quick move back up into the 240s, maybe even peak into the 250s, it's very possible we're going to have a negative divergence in play as we get to a key price resistance area. So we're going to want to keep this in mind. But the pullback over the last couple weeks was needed. You can take a look at the RSI, which had climbed up into the 80s back toward the end of August and was still up close to 80 in early September when we made this most recent high. So we really needed a pullback, and we've gotten it. Like I said, from almost $2.50 down to 203 on the low on Wednesday. Now, I still think there's potential for more room to the downside in the near term. I would be watching this $1.95 area. This is the level I think that really needs to hold on a pullback. That's major price support after this big volume breakout to the upside. I don't know that we'll go down there. 203 might be the low, but I wouldn't be shocked if we do go down and test this area of support one more time. Below $1.95, especially if volume's heavy, I think I'd have to respect that move to the downside and be careful. Ultimately, a move up to around 255, and that might not be a bad area to take some profits. I hope you've enjoyed our presentation today. Be sure to check out our chart of the day every day at investedcentral.com. While you're there, sign up for our free weekly Market Pulse newsletter and have the chart of the day emailed directly to you. Happy trading.